I've been a working professional full-time artist for 8 years, and in that time I can probably count on one hand the number of finished full paintings that I've done. My name's Zilla. I'm a visual artist and I hate painting on paper. I'm a tattoo artist, so drawing on bodies. I love working in sketchbooks. I've always had a big sketchbook practice. I love painting things. So I went to like a paint and sip with some friends of mine. They had this cute little wooden Airstream trailer thing. I've never liked painting on paper. The like plain white page, nothing going on there. It's just, there's no magic there for me. What I'm gonna try to do is kind of try to trick myself into thinking that the paper is a little bit more fun, and I'm gonna do that with underpainting. I have this beautiful Arches watercolor block. I bought this 4 years ago and never opened it. So let's open this sucker up. Wish I had a knife. Oh, I've got this little pointy calligraphy thing. Do you have a lot of aspirational art supplies like this calligraphy pen from when I was like, I am gonna get real serious about doing lettering? I did it for a week, but now it's great for opening packages. This is Arches cold press water paper. It comes on this nice block so you don't have to tape it down and it doesn't warp or distort. So if you're not familiar with these blocks, they're awesome if you're using wet media because the edges, I don't know if you can see, but the edges are all sort of sealed together. So you can paint on the paper. It'll probably a little bit, but it won't distort and warp too much. And then you just take a nice sharp, fresh X-Acto and cut around the edges. My strategy here today, gosh, if you buy, some really nice expensive art supplies and then ignore them and move them twice in 4 years, the corners get a little banged up. It looks like my cat took a bite out of it here, so that's cool. That's fine. It's good because now we're not going to feel too precious about it. You can get new art supplies and then be like, oh, it's so beautiful. It's too beautiful to use. And like, that's not what we're going to do here. We're going to use our stuff. So I'm going to start by taping the edges. If I was like a more together person, I would probably measure this, but I'm going to eyeball it because we're trying not to be too precious here. And that tape peel, we all know how satisfying that tape peel is. So I'm just using regular blue painter's tape. It's the tape that I had in my house. As I'm trying to spend no money today. I know you're kind of not supposed to use blue tape because then when you're looking at your own colors on the page, it throws light around in a way that is not good, but it's fine. Just gonna do our very best eyeballing, and we're gonna get the delayed gratification taking the tape off later. Probably not until the very, very, very end, so we got that to look forward to. I have this set of acrylic watercolor from Bill Waverly. He makes tattoo pigment. He makes fantastic tattoo pigment, but he also does this set of acrylic watercolors that are the same colors as you can get for tattooing, which is cool. I don't do a ton of painting. I'm trying to get into painting at this stage of my career. I had kind of a weird apprenticeship where I didn't do a lot of painting. I just did a lot of tattooing. I think today we're gonna just paint some big, pretty, fun pink peonies. Waverly does this amazing fluorescent Japanese pink. I'm gonna take this magenta. We're gonna take some of these greens. So we've got this lime and this Japanese green. If I mix green and pink together on here, is it just gonna turn brown? Because they're kind of opposites on the color wheel. So I think I'm going to sort of try to keep these pigments separate on this page, and if they blend together, if they turn a little brown, that's okay because I'm gonna be able to paint over it later. So what I'm gonna start here is just like wetting this paper. I wish I had a bigger, wetter brush, but I don't. aggressive. So there's some cat hair already in here. That's good. I'm surprised my cats aren't like fully in my lap right now, because usually you sit at the desk with a piece of paper or a book or something and every cat is like, oh, you know what I want? I want to lay on that. And we're just kind of gonna, I'm thinking that we'll do some really like really zoomed in flowers. Hopefully when we paint over the top of it, it'll be really lively. I messed up, y'all. That's okay. I think it's a cool and interesting challenge to like work with the mistakes and like, yeah, it's turning a little brown where it's coming together, but I want to hit this with a little bit of magenta, and this paper is like bubbling up a little bit. That's fine. You gotta shake the bejesus out of these things because they're really, really pigmented, so everything kind of settles down at the bottom. You can like, yeah, give it some spatter. I took an art class from Scott Fisher once, who's done a ton of Magic the Gathering cards, and he's just like a very cool, you know, old OG artist. And he had templates like this for digital art. So he would start with these, just by like roughing up the canvas in Photoshop or whatever he uses to paint it. I assume Photoshop, but maybe not. It just gives your, you know, your thing a little life, to have kind of something to paint over. So that's cool. I'm dirty now, but that's all right. I think this feels done for now. I'm gonna let this dry and come back to it probably tomorrow, because I have to go do my job at my job. Unfortunately, I have the best job ever, but you still have to like go to work. And this is, we put a lot of water on this. So yeah, this is my, you know, kindergarten abstract mess, and we'll let it dry and we'll come back. It's tomorrow. I'm just kidding. It's actually 2 weeks later. Do you remember how I was like, I'm not gonna buy anything? That's not what happened. So I needed some paint that was a little bit more opaque to deal with this heavy background. So I ended up buying this set of Nicker poster colors, and it took a little while to get here because I think they came all the way from Japan. I've never used these paints before. I saw an artist on here using them, and I thought they looked cool, and it seemed thick and heavy like gouache, and it comes in many colors. Watch up here where I went a little overboard with mixing colors. I think it's gonna have to turn into something dark. I was thinking like an insect of some kind, because we're gonna do really zoomed in florals. So yeah, let's hit it. I'm at this stage. It's looking all right. I added this flower up here just because it felt like it was just jumbly leaves, but I'm having trouble with how this is drying over the top of it. Like, it is kind of like a backgroundy thing. I don't want it to be a super focal point anyway, so I'm just kind of rolling with it right now. But it's time to get this off the block. I'm gonna do the tape peel. Then I'm gonna do some finishing line work with ink, and like, I am going to finish this sucker today. And now it's free. there we go. I overcame the clean white page, my least favorite thing. I'm hoping to do a lot more painting in the future. I have said it a bunch, but I'm not really much of a painter. I love the way this came out. It looks like a Hawaiian shirt. I wish I would wear a shirt of this. Thank you so much for watching. I am a brand new channel. Brand new. So if you've ever wanted to get on the ground floor of something, you could like and subscribe, and you can actually say that you were there first. I don't think it'll all be painting all the time. Really, I just wanted to see if I liked making a video. If you start your project by making a mess, you can't mess it up.